Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Anthony, and this is where I talk about my tattoo journey, my art journey. I interview fellow tattoo artists, clients, talk about art, life, everything in between. I hope everybody's doing incredible today. It is gorgeous outside, and if you get the chance, then you should definitely go outside, get some fresh air, touch some grass with your bare feet. I got asked recently what my style was in tattooing. Everybody knows I don't have any fashion sense, but my style in tattooing has always been my style. I've never wanted to pigeonhole myself into traditional Japanese or full color blast or anything like that, or fine line or anything. I like to be able to do everything, have a variety, and to be versatile. When I was just starting out, there were a few tattoo artists that I really admired, but I've never been the type to idolize anybody. But as I started getting older and started developing my technique and the skills, my art style has always been influenced by comic books, movies, cartoons, video games. And so taking inspiration from all of those things, it's kind of a mesh between illustrative and realistic. Now, like I said, I'm very comfortable doing any style, but the one I'm most comfortable doing is my personal style. And anyone that's been tattooed by me or known me long enough can see a tattoo I've done and recognize the style right away. I've never been able to relate to a tattoo artist that wants to do just one style and never goes outside of that ever. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just don't know how to relate to that. Like, if you just want to do traditional and that's all you're interested in, how are you going to stand out from all the other guys that do traditional? It makes it that much harder for the average customer to be able to be drawn into your work. At least that's my opinion. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. And I know that tattoo artists and I butted heads over this, and I've teased them and given them shit over the years, but I just don't know how to relate. To me, as an individual, an individual artist, it's important to me that my style is unique and it says me. It says Mark Anthony. And it's taken a very long time to develop that style and to hone those skills and to evolve it. But it comes from constantly taking inspiration from everywhere, always new sources. Like I said before, I don't ever get inspired by other tattoo artists' tattoos, some of their artwork, definitely. Because that's usually where other tattoo artists will kind of branch off and experiment, is in their artwork. And so I definitely get inspired by other artists. But as far as my style, it's important to do your own thing, to blaze your own trail, to stand out in the crowd. I mean, there's a lot of people that tattoo now, so you have to be able to do something that no one else is doing. You have to be able to do something that no one else can do. You know, the top guys that are internationally known, that were the first ones to do the thing, that style of theirs, that's why you know who they are. You know, some guy that does traditional Japanese and it looks like 10 other guys' traditional Japanese work, how's that guy going to stand out? I'm not saying that standing out is the most important thing, but as an artist, I would think that would be important, that you are doing your own thing. My biggest issue with people that just stick to one style is that there are rules that you have to follow. Well, most people do anyway. Like just traditional, for example, like there's only certain colors that you're supposed to use, and there's only certain types of shading and line weight and everything that you're supposed to use. And I just find that to go against everything that art represents, and that's expressing yourself and expressing your abilities and showing the world what you can do. I mean, art evokes emotion, and if you're doing something that 50 other guys are doing the same thing in the same style, I mean, I think you're just not really giving yourself the opportunity to shine, really. So, when it comes to my style, it's mine. I don't know anyone else that does it or would even want to. And I mean, and that doesn't matter to me. That's my style. It's what I'm happiest with. When someone comes in and they want my work, they tell me their idea, and I do it in my style. And that's going to be a blend of illustrative mixed with some realism. But what's most important is the shading is correct, the proportions are correct, the lighting is correct. Everything makes sense. And I love to tell a deeper story, especially with larger pieces. And if they let me run with it, then I'm going to go crazy with it. And I want them to love it for the rest of their life. I don't ever want them to look at it and go, man, I shouldn't have done that. In a world full of so many people tattooing nowadays, you got to do whatever you can to stand out, to do your own thing, to blaze your own trail. And if you're new into this industry, don't stress so much about finding that style just yet. Work on your techniques. Work on how to treat someone, how to treat your clients, how to be clean, respectful. The style will come, but don't be afraid to take inspiration from everywhere and everything. And develop your own style. Nothing says you have to fit into a mold. To me, molds are traps, prisons. That's how you get stuck, scared to evolve. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to be willing to push yourself. Take new directions, try new things. But other than that, I'm glad you guys stopped by, checked out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy making them. Like I said, it's beautiful outside. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.